Clara Otoni is a journalist and founder of Become Odara, a platform that connects people through storytelling. She recently launched a YouTube channel where she shares more of the Odara Way philosophy. Her speech tonight is part of the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. This project is focused on defining how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The title of her speech is, How Did I Get Tim Ferriss to Be My Mentor? Clara Otoni.
Thank you, Cynthia. All right. Well, before I got to tell you guys how did I get Tim Ferriss to be my mentor, in case you're wondering who is Tim Ferriss anyway, I will get to that as well. I just want you all to agree with me that a mentor is pretty much someone who knows more about something and in a field of expertise. And this person usually guides you and teaches you how you can achieve some goals and dreams in that field of expertise. For instance, we get mentors even growing up, like our parents are our first mentors. They're the ones who teach us how to speak, how to talk. My mom, for instance, taught me how to do all my homeworks back in school, and she's a teacher, so that made sense. In college, I have some teachers who become my mentors as well, because they were not only interested in sharing about the topic that they knew about, but they became personal friends. And that's a good thing about a mentor. A mentor, one of the characteristics about a mentor is someone who develops a personal relationship with you. So you start to know about their hobbies and they know about your hobbies. I mean, at least a good mentor does that as a supportive way to lead you to learn something new. I remember also at work when I was just starting my path in journalism, my editor, Luis Rocha, he was a huge part of my career in the beginning of my career, because he not only taught me about fact checks, but also about how to be emotional, how to develop emotional intelligence in a job. He was, back when we were working together, we were in a website, but he was also a host for a radio show covering hard news. And in Brazil, we get access to a lot of information that most journalists here in the US don't get when it comes to an accident. For instance, we can go to the scene, we can take pictures of it, and we even learn how to, in this case, we learned the car plate of a car that got involved in an accident in a freeway. And Luis, my mentor back then, he didn't know that he was my mentor. He was my editor, but I consider him my mentor. He just read in the news about this car accident, and his dad was involved in that car accident, and he actually passed away. And Luis was able to share that news live. And I was so impressed to see that. And that showed to me a lot of strength in a person, and something that I aspire to have the ability to, carry on with a presentation, even though I know something horrible happened and that is personal to me. Now, back to Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is the most transformative and cognizable mentor that I had in my life, because I learned about him in 2015. And for who doesn't know him, he's the Oprah of the internet. And he was crazy that he had this recognition because his podcast is a business interview type, and he exceeded 500 million downloads. And what he does, he pretty much interviews people who are the best performance in a field of expertise. He has this idea that if you are really good at something, you should be able to reproduce that formula to others. Now, I know that I said that a mentor is someone who is supportive, who guides you and reach your goals, and I got Tim Ferriss to be my mentor. I want you all to expand your idea of what a mentor is, because especially in Toastmasters, they even introduced the word virtual mentor, which is someone who will teach you and guide you for something for the internet. And that's what Tim Ferriss did to me. He doesn't know also that he is my mentor. And that's a little secret that I want to share with you all. You can have any mentor that you want, anybody that you aspire to be your mentor. As long as this person makes available their knowledge, their wisdom, it's out there. It's for all of us to share and to learn from. So Tim Ferriss, he is an entrepreneur, an investor, on top of being a podcaster. He was one of the first people to invest in Uber, Facebook, Shopify, Duolingo. He has 5 bestsellers for New York Times and Wall Street Journal. Tribe of Mentors, I don't know if you all can see this, is one of my favorite books from him, because here we go, Tribe of Mentors. I will send the name also in the chat for you all. But in this book, he pretty much sum up all the people that he interviewed and that had something to share. Some of this performance people, like for instance, Esther Perel became my mentor for relationships. She's a sex therapist who knows a lot about, companionship and how you can keep things moving even if you are in a long-term relationship. And more, other people became my mentors that were introduced to me by Tim Ferriss. In my YouTube channel, where I share about a lot of things that I've learned, and I will show to you here, I have even created a video about how did I get Tim Ferriss to be my mentor. And you can see here how I got other people like Neil Strauss, Sophia Maruso, big entrepreneurs to be my mentors. Because I believe that as long as this person is sharing something out there, you can get a chance to be you can be their protege. And I invite you all to try it out and find some mentors, because we are the average of the 5 people that we hang out the most. So I invite you to hang out with a lot of inspiring people like in Toastmasters, Madam Toastmasters.
I will now call upon our second evaluator for Anna's speech. Please present your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Janet. So Anna, thank you so much for giving your speech. I got your email on what you wanted me to focus on, which is your pace, your fluidity, and your confidence. I first want to start off with saying when I first read the title of your speech, how did I get Tim Ferriss to be my mentor? His name really sounded familiar to me. So when I did a quick Google search and realized that he is he's the author of the 4-hour work week, I got excited because I'm actually in the middle of listening to the Audible right now. So very exciting stuff. And I was so intrigued on getting to wanting to know more on how you got him to be your mentor. So let's talk about your confidence. I think that you always show great confidence, and I can't ever tell any nerves. As you mentioned in your email, you say that sometimes you get nervous and you stumble upon certain words. I didn't see any lack of confidence, and to tell you to have more confidence. So I think I'm going to go with our pace. Your pace was a little bit fast, and some things I couldn't really grasp onto because it went right into the next subject. So I was having a little bit of a hard time following along, but I think it was from the excitement of you wanting to get to Tim Ferriss and get into it. I really love how you talked about your mentor, Luis. And I love how you kind of did a foreshadow, how you mentioned that was your mentor, but he didn't know that was your mentor. It was kind of like a secret. So when you got to the Tim Ferriss mentor, you threw the punch, and he didn't know that that was your mentor because you were introduced to him from the internet. So I thought that was very clever and awesome of you. I'm just gonna get to the fluidity. I thought it was a little bit jumpy for me. I think a little bit smoother, but I thought you did a really great job. Really love how you mentioned that your five closest, how you ended with the five closest people are the ones who basically influence you the most, or that's who you basically are. I strongly believe in that. I know you did a quick, I guess, visual. I don't necessarily think that was totally necessary to get your point across, only because you didn't show any clip or anything. But if you would have shown your your website, if you would have shown a small clip from it, it would have been a little bit more, it would have made a little bit more sense instead of just telling about it. But overall, you did a great job as always. I love your confidence as always, and I love how you said that you don't have to have like an in-person a mentor. So thank you so much.
Hi, Anna. I love the confidence that you had in your speech. I agree with Charlie. You're always pretty confident, but I really, I thought you conveyed your ideas pretty well because I think you're passionate about this. And I love the tone of your speech as well. It was informative and it was fun. But I think I would have enjoyed to hear more specifics about why you wanted Tim Ferriss as your mentor and why you enjoyed to have him as your mentor. I always love like the specific details that are personal. So yeah, next time maybe just, yeah.
Hey Anna, I really enjoyed your speech, and it makes sense how you discuss having a mentor. And I've had many mentors in, I guess, a virtual way. And I actually do enjoy Tim Ferriss myself. I've read, I think it was called The 4-Hour Workweek, which was a really good book. I'm still trying to utilize that learn a new language section, which is a little tough for me, but I think it's helped you out. And thank you for the speech.
Hi. You did one thing right at the beginning that I thought was so great, and I just wanted to call attention to it, and that was you defined your terms. You opened up your speech, you talked about what you were going to talk about, but then you said, let's talk about what that means specifically. And I just really like that technique. So thank you for having another great, well-organized speech.